Hey there, Morbid Maniacs. It's time for another spooky video. And for tonight's spooky video, I'm going to be talking about creepy superstitions from around the world. Some of them I believe are true, and others I feel are just silly and made up. But I thought that I would share them with you all anyway. So it is believed that if a dead person lived a good life, that flowers will bloom on their grave. And if they lived a bad life and they did evil things, then nothing but weeds will grow on their grave. It is said that you should never gift a sharp object to a loved one, such as a knife, because it will sever your relationship with that person. You must not whistle while you're indoors. If you do, it is said that you will summon demons. This one I think is just silly. And in some Asian countries, it is believed that if you whistle at night, that you will be visited by a snake or a ghost. The rule of 3. It is said that if you receive news of a loved one passing away, that soon you will also hear the news of 2 more people passing away. And usually everything that's like a death omen happens in like counts of 3 for some reason. Like my pawpaw, right before he passed away, he kept hearing like this knocking sound on his back door, and then he would go and check and like nobody would be there. Someone that I'm very close with, I'm not gonna like say who because I don't know if they would feel comfortable with me doing that, also said that they heard the same knocking sound on their back door, and when they went to check, no one was there. And they just recently found out that someone that they were very close with passed away. So I feel as though this happens, or this is like very common to happen with like death omens, that it always happens in counts of 3. Now this one's absolutely ridiculous, and I'll admit whenever I read it, it kind of made me laugh a little bit. Is that a word, babe? Is Mongolian a word, or am I saying that wrong? Mongolian? You don't know? Oh well, I'll just say it anyway. So according to this strange Mongolian ritual, it is believed that lost souls will find someone's hair and attach themselves to that person's hair and reside there. Like, I don't understand. Many people therefore consult a witch doctor to make sure that there were no souls that were latched to their hair, that were living in their hair. It is said that if you cut your hair while a soul is living within it, that you will soon die. It is believed that when you take a group photo with your friends, that whoever is in the middle of you guys will be the first person to die out of all of you. There are a lot of different superstitions that go along with mirrors, and I believe that this is the reason why mirrors and just reflections in general have always kind of creeped me out a little bit. It is believed that mirrors can steal a part of the soul of the person that is looking into it. If you break a mirror and your reflection is distorted, it means that your soul will be corrupted as a result. So this must be where the superstition came from, that if you broke a mirror that you would have bad luck for 7 years. It's because the ancient Romans believed that a soul can be renewed within 7 years. So this must have something to do with that superstition. I think I've also heard of like one superstition where people believe that there's like an alternate world or universe inside of your mirror. And when you're looking at yourself sometimes, it's not always you, like it's like your doppelganger. in like that other world or dimension. And this has always creeped me out. Like, I think this is the reason why when I was a kid, like, I just couldn't stare at myself in the mirror for too long. And you guys know, like, I played a lot of those little mirror reflection games on my channel. Or if you stare at your face for a long time in the mirror with a candlelight, like, your face will be distorted into something demonic. Much like the last superstition that I told you guys, it is believed that if 3 people are staring at themselves in one mirror, that one of those people will die within a year. If there is a corpse in your home, it is believed that you should cover all of the mirrors. Otherwise, the next person who looks into a mirror will be the next person to die. This one I'm screwed on because there is a giant mirror like facing my bed. It's like right in front of my bed. But it is believed that you should never sleep with a mirror facing your bed. Otherwise, your soul will be stolen while you're asleep. I also heard one where you're not supposed to have like a fan going above your head, like one that's like on your nightstand. Otherwise, something or another, it's supposed to mean that you're gonna die. Like, I don't remember the whole like superstition, but I do this all the time, so I'm doomed, pretty much. I'm gonna die. The death bell. So when someone passes away, a bell is rung at a church, and this is to ward off evil spirits because apparently they are afraid of the sound of bells. However, if you hear a bell and no one else does, this means that someone in your family is going to pass away. And they will pass away before the week is over. Coins on the eyes of the dead. So many years ago, people believed that if they found a dead person and their eyes were wide open, this meant that they were looking for another soul to take along with them. Because of this, coins were placed on the eyes of the dead. And another superstition that goes along with this was that this was to help them pay their way into the next world. The dead man's eye. So there was a huge superstition going around that if a murdered person's eyes were photographed, that in the reflection on their eye in the photo, it would give away the last thing that they saw before they died. If they were murdered, sometimes the killer's face would be imprinted into their eyes. And because of this, many murderers would destroy the eyes of their victims. So in Greece, it is believed that if a pair of scissors is left wide open on a table, that this is supposed to represent the Archangel Michael's mouth being wide open and ready to take the soul of another person. But we've all heard the superstition that you should never walk under a ladder because it will bring you bad luck. And supposedly there is a reason behind this. Until the late 1800s, people used the short drop method on their prisoners, which meant that the prisoners would be forced to jump off a ladder with a noose around their neck. Later, when the new drop gallows were put into place and new employees were hired or whatever, prisoners would still use this method on, I guess, other prisoners. It is believed that the souls of executed prisoners still linger underneath ladders, and this is the reason why they tell you that you should never walk underneath a ladder while it is open, otherwise it will bring you bad luck. Okay, so those were all of the creepy superstitions that I felt like adding into this video. There are so many more. And if you've heard of any like creepy superstitions or you've experienced any of these superstitions for yourself, feel free to let me know. And I also made a video a couple years back on death omens. So I will link those videos in the description box below so you guys can go check that out if you haven't. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already and become a morbid maniac. And I will see you guys in my next video.